Greetings, friends, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I am your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health challenge. That is why we are here. Every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 3 decades plus of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing and regenerating system. It's designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while that may seem like a miracle to some folks, this renewing system is really nothing more than just the way the body works. And welcome, friends, to The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number, 844-236-6010. If you have questions about the longevity products, longevity business, health challenges you or a loved one may be dealing with, if you have a common or success story you'd like to share, 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side. We love hearing from you. If you want to purchase longevity products, go to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. And you can also call 866-735-2470, 866-735-2470. Even better, if you want to sign up to join the Brightside Ben team. We'd love to have you on the team for a one-time $30 fee. You can be in business for yourself, start a longevity business, make some money, help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. If you are a health-oriented person, if you like health, if you're in the healthcare business, if you like nutrition, if you want to help people and you want to make some money at the same time, if you're entrepreneurially minded, the longevity business opportunity is definitely something you want to look into. Call 866-735-2470 for more information, 866-735-2470. You can also sign up right off our websites, brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. If you want to purchase Truth Skin Health products, go to truthtreatments.com. If you're not satisfied with your skin or your skincare products now, if you're buying ordinary skincare products, there's a good chance you're wasting your money. You know, most skincare products are made with 90% water. You're paying for water. You're paying for wax. You're paying for preservatives and fragrances. You're paying for things that aren't doing anything for your skin. The skincare business, skincare formulations are built on a technology that's 150 years old. First skincare products, modern skincare products, were developed in the late 1800s by Helena Rubinstein, and they haven't changed since. If you're using skincare like regular folks are using skincare, you're using the same products that your grandmother used and your great-grandmother used and her grandmother used. Skincare hasn't changed. The skincare business has not been disrupted in 120 years until now. That's what Truth Treatments is all about. It represents the first disruption in a business that has not ever had a disruption since its inception 150 years ago. Skincare chemistry is done the same way. Skincare product chemistry is done the same way it's done. It has been done for decades. Until now, that's what Truth Treatments is all about. We took all the water out and the wax out and the fillers out and the preservatives out. Nothing your skin doesn't need or doesn't want. You shouldn't have to pay for ingredients that aren't going to do anything for your skin. And you should, and you can, pay for 80% vitamin C for only transdermal penetrating percutaneous absorption ingredients. Only ingredients that do work. That's all you should pay for. That's what Truth Treatments is all about. TruthTreatments.com. TruthTreatments.com, and we have been talking about the skin, my favorite organ. I've been working with skin for many years, 36 years now, 38 years now, since 1982. That's when I first started working with this, with the Blistex Corporation when I was a college student. And I haven't stopped in 38 years, and I've learned a heck of a lot about the skin in that time. I love talking about the skin, and I love working with the skin because, number one, it's representative of the rest of the body. We've said that many times. As goes the health of the body, so goes the health of the skin. As goes the health of the skin, so goes the health of the body. Skin health is representative of bodily health. You can tell a lot about what's going on in the body by looking at the skin. I can tell a lot about the body by looking at somebody. I tell people sometimes, send me a picture, and I can tell them what's going on with their body. I can tell them about their estrogen. If it's a woman, I can tell them about autoimmune issues. I can tell them about cortisol issues. I can tell them about insulin issues just by looking at a picture of somebody's face. It's not wizardry. It's just biochemistry. If you see a shine on the face, that means something. If you see laxity on the face, that means something. If you see breakouts or rashes on the skin, that means something. If you see changes in vascularity, that is blood vessels on the skin, that means something. The skin is representative of what's happening in the internal biochemistry. And also, the skin is important because it's a way that we appear to the world. The skin is the only organ of the body that we care about, not just because it has to do with our physical well-being and our physical health, but because it's about our self-esteem. The skin is the only organ of the body that reflects our self-esteem or that impacts our self-esteem. People judge us on our skin. And everybody knows that we get judged by our skin, for better or worse. We're concerned about what people think about us, and we're encouraged to be concerned about what people think about us. These days with social media, it's always been that way, but with social media now it's even worse. Social media with its airbrushes and its Photoshop and all the ways that images can be manipulated, not only fraudulently plays off on our fears. Oh my God, I don't look that good. Oh, why can't I look like her? Why can't I look like him? So as social media plays off on this, not only does it fraudulently play off on our fears, but even worse, it appeals to the most vulnerable among us, those looking for social connection, young people, the youth whose sense of self-worth is underdeveloped, and older folks too, whose sense of self-worth is underdeveloped. Have you seen that commercial for, it's a Dove commercial, a Dove campaign for beauty, True Beauty, as if True Beauty has to do with your beauty brand, the brand of skincare you use. I forgot what the commercial's called. They use different types of women with different bodily shapes. They even have bottles that are representative of women with different bodily shapes. If you have dark spots, ads for creams and lotions try to show you as a better blemish-free version of yourself if you buy the specific product. It's really not fair. It highlights insecurities. It creates insecurities and highlights insecurities. Now with Dove, it does it with the female body. The highlighting insecurities about the body has become a key element of the ad campaign, the Dove ad campaign. It's called the Real Beauty campaign, and it's a major part of Unilever, the company that owns Dove. It's a major part of their marketing strategy and their identity, their brand identity. Real beauty. What does that even mean, real beauty? Real beauty implies that you buy a specific product and you have real beauty. You buy a specific brand and you have real beauty. Advertising and marketing are basically about making you want something. And creating wants and creating needs is the very essence of what marketing is all about. So it's really how skincare began. On the other hand, if you start to look at the skin as an organ of the body, then you can start to see that skincare should really be about health. If we're really serious about the skin as the largest organ of the body, everybody knows that the skin is the largest organ of the body. If we're really serious about it, we want to treat it like an organ. We want to treat it with nutrition, inside and out. This is what my Truth treatments are about, by the way. They're outside nutrition. The main ingredients I use are alpha hydroxy acids, vitamin C, and vitamin A, and minerals, because that's about nutrition, not about beauty. The beauty follows. I'm not saying beauty is not important, but the beauty follows. The beauty follows health. The beauty is secondary to health. You change the health, the beauty follows. And that means internal nutrition is going to be really important. And it also means the spiritual, mental, and emotional strategies are important as well. There's a major relationship between cortisol, stress hormone, and acne, and eczema, and aging, and wrinkles, and dry skin. And pretty much all skin health issues have some kind of connection to cortisol and stress. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back right after this. Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. 844-236-6010. If you have questions about skin health or Truth Skin Health products, longevity products, health challenges you or a loved one may be dealing with, or a comment or success story you'd like to share, 844-236-6010 is our number. Longevity products can be purchased at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com, and our Truth Skin Health products are available at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. All right, so we're talking about the skin health. The two elements that are really interesting and relevant when it comes to skin health is, number one, the skin is representative of the rest of the body. Number two, the skin is unusual in the sense that it's the only organ of the body that everybody looks at and everybody judges. Nobody can tell if you have heart disease by looking at you. Well, most people can't tell. Most people can't tell if you have a fatty liver disease by looking at you. Most people can't tell if you have arthritis by looking at you, for the most part. But everybody can tell if you have acne or eczema or rosacea or psoriasis or any other skin problem. So that makes the skin, and that makes our relationship to the skin different from any other organ of the body. That's why we have a skincare industry, an over-the-counter business, a multi-$100 billion skincare business, where you can just go into a department store or Medi-Spa or online and just purchase products that address your skin. But they don't, this is so important, you guys, they don't address the health of the skin because the skin is marginalized. It's treated as an organ for adornment, not an organ of the body. It's not treated like the liver or the heart. I'm a pharmacist. I'm a healthcare professional. I'm not a beauty professional. I'm a healthcare professional. When I formulate products, I'm focusing on the health. Here's a little tip for you guys. If you want to buy a skincare product, if you want to make a buying decision on a skincare product, here's a tip for you. Because really, when you think about it, how do we make our buying decisions? How do most people make a buying decision on a skincare product? We make a buying decision based on what we're told. We make a buying decision based on what an authority tells us, or what somebody we aspire to be tells us. Why do people buy Cindy Crawford skincare products? And she sells literally $1 billion a year in skincare. Why the heck does anybody pay attention to Cindy Crawford? Oh, well, she's a movie star. She's a model. She's beautiful. What does that have to do with anything? Oh, well, she has a doctor who found a melon that grows off the coast of France. What the heck does that have to do with anything? That's a marker of how desperate we are. That's a marker of how high we're willing to reach in order to do something for our skin, because we don't know and nobody tells us. The skin's an organ like the rest of the body. It's got cells. The cells are located deep. You've got to access the cells with what the cells need if you're going to have good skin. That's it, folks, right there in a nutshell. You've got to be able to access the cells, and the cells are deep. And not just access them, but access them with what they need. So how do you make a buying decision? You make a buying decision by seeing what the skincare product does to your skin in terms of health. That is, in terms of healing. Healing is health. If you can't put your favorite wrinkle cream on a cut and have it speed the healing of that cut, it's a baloney product. Send it back to Cindy Crawford, because that melon extract is not going to help you for a burn or a cut or a sunburn or your baby's diaper rash. You can put all the melon extract you want, and your baby's diaper rash and your sunburn isn't going to go away. But if you put vitamin C on it, if you put minerals on it, if you put vitamin A on it, it's going to make a difference. If you can't put your favorite wrinkle cream or moisturizer or any other skin health product on a burn or cut or scrape or rash and have it accelerate the healing of that burn or cut or scrape or rash, it's a baloney product. Bingo. There you go. That's why we have most of us have medicine cabinets and vanities filled with skincare products that don't work, because we're not buying it with we're not buying them with the right criteria. And with the skin also, the skin is going to be affected by stress, by cortisol, stress hormones, and cortisol itself is affected by how we think and how we feel. We spent a lot of time this week talking about the subconscious. Our bodies and our skin show up as the end result of neurotransmitters, that is brain chemicals and peptides and hormones, which are the primary physical control point for cell behavior. It's about the cell. It's not the genes, folks. It's the cell. The cell's responsive to hormones. The cell's responsive to peptides. It's responsive to neurotransmitters. And all of these are themselves responsive to how we think, how we feel emotionally. Subconscious forces involving self-esteem are going to show up on our skin. A feeling of safety, a feeling of love, a feeling of meaning, a feeling of purpose. These are all important if you have psoriasis. They're all important if you have eczema. They're all important if you have acne, Just like they're important if you have cancer or heart disease or diabetes. Please, if we're serious about health, please, if you are serious about health, please, if you know somebody who's sick, don't marginalize self-esteem. Don't marginalize peace and contentment and safety and purpose and meaning. They sound like they're abstract and airy-fairy, but they have a major impact on how our skin and our body shows up. If we're really serious about dealing with heart disease, we have to address love. If we're really serious about dealing with diabetes, we have to address purpose. If we're really serious about dealing with cancer, we have to address safety. Yes, it's true, nutrition and diet and digestion and supplements are all important, but if we're really serious about getting strong, and the body's fully capable of being strong, the body's fully capable of turning disease around. If we're really serious about it, if we're really serious about leveraging what we know is a regenerating system, that is the human body, we've got to take advantage of these abstract ideas. We've got to account for love. We've got to account for peace of mind. We've got to account for contentment. And if we're not, we're going to be leaving health on the table. Especially true, by the way, with the plateau effect. Many people will plateau. They'll have a health challenge. Say they'll have arthritis. They won't be able to move their bodies effectively. They'll have high blood pressure. They'll have kidney disease, prostate issues, and they'll get on a supplement program. They'll get on the longevity supplements. They'll be blown away. Because when you're deficient in nutrients, and you put nutrients in your body, as we've said so many times on this program, the sicker you are, the faster you turn it around. The more deficient you are, the faster the body absorbs nutrients. So you get on the BTT, and you're going to know, for most people, they're going to notice results really quickly, like within a day or two. And then those results are going to get better and better and better until they'll plateau. They'll reach a point where the results level off. This happens a lot. It doesn't happen to everybody, but it happens a lot. The results level off. That's called a plateau. If that happens to you, if you plateau after you change your life some way, or you supplement, or you eat better, you exercise, you're doing all the right things, and you just can't lose that last 20 pounds, or your blood pressure just isn't going down fast enough, or you have more energy, but you just don't have as much energy as you know you should. You're doing everything right, but you still have your nagging pain. You still have a little bit of digestive problems. You still have some brain fog. Your skin's better, but it's not perfect yet. Rest assured that there's something more abstract that's going on, something more philosophical that's going on that we've marginalized, that we've dismissed, that we've not considered to be physically relevant. Why? Because we can't measure these ideas. You can't measure peace of mind. You can measure cholesterol. You can measure blood pressure, but you can't measure contentment. You can't measure joie de vivre. You can't measure these abstract ideas, and that's why they get marginalized. The scientific world and the medical world is obsessed with numbers. They're obsessed with measurements. If you can't measure something, it's considered new age hippie silliness. That's what they teach. I have a friend who's in nursing school. That's what they teach. They call it new age hippie silliness. Breathing and meditating and self-esteem and peace of mind. But I'm telling you, folks, if you're sick and you're not getting better, or you're plateauing, rest assured there's something more abstract that's at play behind the scenes. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got lines open. We'll get your phone calls when we come back. 844-236-6010 is our number. All right, we're back on the bright side. Pharmacist Ben here. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on the archive page, brightsideben.com. Got many years of archives and lots of good health information. We also have videos and blog posts and news stories at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com. We have our moments of truth, or moment of truths, on criticalhealthnews.com. Thank you, Jonty, for setting that up. And if you're interested in checking out our moment of truths, they're all up on our Facebook page. The Bright Side with Pharmacist Ben. Love to have you follow. We do Facebook Lives, and I have videos up and periodically post on there as well. Nasima posts too. That's our longevity page. If you're part of the Brightside Ben team, you have to be on that page. And if you're not part of the Brightside Ben team, you should sign up to join the Brightside Ben team, especially if you're listening to this program. If you're listening to this program, you are going to love being on the Brightside Ben team. For a one-time $30 fee, you can be in business for yourself, and we are dedicated to helping people get better. We're dedicated to help you help other people get better. Call Call 866-735-2470 for more info or click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. And if you are in the world of skincare as a skincare professional or as an esthetician or a dermatologist or anybody who's involved in the world of skincare, or just a consumer who loves skincare, you owe it to yourself to check out our Truth Skin Health products at truthtreatments.com. We don't formulate with any baloney. It's all active and functional ingredients because that's what you and your skin deserve. You shouldn't have to pay for water and preservative and fragrance and filler and wax, and that's what Truth Treatments is all about. Truthtreatments.com. Truthtreatments.com. 844-236-6010 is our number on the bright side. We do have lines open for you. We'll get to your calls here momentarily. I want to talk a little bit. I did a moment of truth on this a couple of weeks ago. Probiotics. The downside to probiotics. A lot of people get on a probiotic supplement. You'll hear about how important probiotics are for your digestive system, for your skin, for your immune system, and indeed they are very important. Probiotics are good bacteria. But you may notice that you may have noticed, perhaps, when you got on a probiotic that you didn't feel so good, that you were dizzy, had some brain fog, or maybe you actually had more digestive issues when you got on your probiotic. Well, if that's the case, and I know it's happened to a lot of folks, if that's you, there's a good chance that you're dealing with something called histamine. Yes, that molecule that we combat with antihistamines like Benadryl. If you've suffered from seasonal allergies, or perhaps you've had food allergies, you may know that you take Benadryl and you get relief from your seasonal allergy, or you take Allegra or Zytrac. And all of these drugs work by modulating or slowing down or blocking the production of histamine. Histamine is a very important molecule. It's not all bad guy. Histamine is an incredibly important molecule, but it's also associated with an inflammatory response. It causes blood vessels to open up. The reason blood vessels open up is it's a defense strategy. Whenever you see redness anywhere in the body, that's blood vessels opening up. That's called vasodilation. Vasodilation, blood vessels opening up, is one of the ways the body releases white blood cells or immune system cells to the area to fight an infection or to fight some kind of attack. Redness always means attack, and redness is the sign that histamine is being released. It's part of the natural, standard operating procedure immune response. And typically, histamine gets broken down, and you only have temporary symptoms. But if you're not breaking down histamine correctly, or if you have too much histamine, you may develop something called histamine intolerance. Histamine travels through the blood. It can affect every system of the body. It can affect the lungs. It can affect the skin. It can affect your brain. It can affect the heart. It can affect the blood vessels. It can cause itching and rashes and hives and swelling and drops in blood pressure when it gets really serious. Elevated heart racing, tachycardia it's called, heart racing, your heart racing. Anxiety, panic attacks. It can trigger panic attacks secondary to this tachycardia, all kinds of problems. Most common one is redness in the eyes, and then also nasal congestion and runny nose. But it can also cause histamine can also cause indigestion, acid reflux, and just feeling crappy at the level of the digestive system. And guess what? Probiotics can secrete histamine. There are bacteria in probiotic supplements that can secrete histamine. That's not a problem for most people, but it might be a problem for you if you are histamine intolerant, or if you're already producing lots of histamine. It can put you over the edge. Now, they're bad guy bacteria, or supposed bad guy. No bacteria is really bad. Well, very small amount of bacteria. Do you know 99% of bacteria, even more, 99.3% of bacteria are good guys? 0.7% or 0.8% of bacteria are pathogenic, cause disease. But the vast majority of bacteria are good guys. Every time we think about bacteria, for the most part, we think about bad guys, but most bacteria are our friends, especially the ones in our bodies. But there are bacteria that are good guys ordinarily that can produce histamine. E. coli produces histamine, and E. coli is not necessarily a bad guy. When it's in the wrong place, it's a bad guy. As long as it stays in your large intestine, it's fine. But when it gets in the rest of your body, things that are in the large intestine aren't supposed to go through the rest of your body. If it's in your large intestine, it's there to be either eliminated or to stay. You don't want stuff from your large intestine getting into your body. You know, there's a condition called ileocecal valve syndrome. Ileocecal valve syndrome is when you have an ileocecal valve that doesn't close, or doesn't close appropriately, or doesn't close when it should. The ileocecal valve is the valve that connects the small intestine to the large intestine. And if something goes wrong with that, you got a problem, because that means things can back up from the large intestine to the small intestine. Not a good situation. Small intestine is for absorbing things. Large intestine is for eliminating things. So when stuff leaks in through the large intestine to the small intestine, you can run into a problem. E. coli is supposed to stay in the large intestine. When it doesn't get in the large intestine, we run into issues, and that's where you get these periodic lettuce recalls. Because somebody got stuff from their large intestine onto the lettuce. Not good. Anyway, sometimes you get a probiotic supplement that's ordinarily a good supplement, but it contains certain bacteria that will produce histamine. Lactobacillus bulgaricus. That's in a lot. That's in the nightly essence. That's in a lot of supplements. It's really a good supplement, really a good probiotic, but it can produce histamine. A lot of times the dairy bacteria produce histamine. Lactobacillus casei. Casei means cheese or dairy. Lactobacillus reuteri. Staphylococcus thermophilus. These are hard names to remember, but just understand that if you took your probiotics, or you're taking your probiotics, you don't feel so good, the chances are pretty good you're histamine intolerant, and you're putting histamine in your system. Histamine is also in foods, by the way. Sometimes people will be allergic to histamine-containing foods. Fermented foods are especially notorious for containing histamine, and sometimes people will have problems with kimchi or vinegar. I've heard people say they have problems with vinegar. I love vinegar. It's an awesome supplement, but apple cider vinegar, but it can produce a histamine reaction. Cured meats can produce a histamine reaction. If that's you, then you want to start using histamine degraders, and there's histamine blockers that you can use. I wouldn't take Benadryl unless you're in the middle of a reaction, but there's histamine degrading bacteria, and you can see this on the label. On the label of the probiotic, it'll say contains histamine degrading bacteria, or you can get histamine blocking supplements, and they're readily found on the internet. So probiotics are a little bit tricky. They're living creatures at the end of the day. Vitamins are not living creatures. Minerals are not living creatures. There's no supplements that are living creatures that I know of, off the top of my head anyway, that are living entities. That's what makes these probiotics so problematic, or so tricky to select. Even if you don't get a histamine reaction, if you just take a probiotic and don't get benefits, that's the reason to start playing around with the brands. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll get your phone calls when we come back on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We're back on the bright side. Time to hit the phones. Our friend Elaine's been holding on for a good half hour plus. What's going on, Elaine? Good morning. Thanks for holding.
Hey, good morning. Happy New Year.
Oh, my goodness. Has it been? I haven't talked to you since 2019, I guess, huh? Well, Happy New Year to you. Hope you have a beautiful, blessed, healthy, happy, abundant, joyful, love-filled 2020. You deserve it.
Yeah, well, this is like the most awesome year. I'm just so excited. I'm feeling the best I have ever felt since having lupus.
Oh, that's awesome. Health-wise, that's very good to hear.
Yeah.
That makes me happy.
I can relate with that plateau, and I just feel like I really kind of have found something that worked for my body. I do the BTT every day and a supplement every day, but the one thing that never really went away was, like if you're getting a cold or flu and you kind of have these body aches.
Yeah.
I've had those for 15 years. And it'd be like a 4 out of 10 on the pain scale. You can still function, but you just kind of feel achy, but you can still live. And I started, and I mentioned to you last time, I started in November of last year. My doctor told me about that Wim Hof.
I like Wim. Yeah, Wim's great.
So I've been doing that every day since November 11th was when I started, and it took about 2 weeks, but those like body aches, that was a 4 out of 10, is like 0 out of 10. It's just like gone. And
Tell me specifically. I got a bunch of calls, but I want to hear succinctly and specifically, what are you doing? Help our listeners.
What I recommend is go to his app. He has a free app for the Wim Hof method.
Okay.
And it's got all the warnings on there. If you have epilepsy or heart attack or stroke, it's contraindicated. But I just did exactly what that app does. And then I was seeing such good results, then I went ahead and purchased he has a 10-week online course, and I'm in week 4. So I have to go a little slower, but it's designed to go at your pace. So I highly recommend if anyone's plateauing, as long as they don't have history of stroke, heart attack, or epilepsy. I believe those are the 3 that they have.
All right. Yeah. Wim's stuff is stimulating. You know, when I talk about breathing, a lot of times I'm talking about relaxing. Wim's stuff is stimulating. It gives you energy.
Yeah, and like, what is going on like a quantum level? That I could talk for hours about quantum. Yeah.
Oxygen and carbon dioxide. The oxygen-carbon dioxide balance. That's what he's playing with. Is the oxygen-carbon dioxide balance, the acid-alkaline balance through breathing. And this stuff is awesome. It's not for relaxing necessarily, but it gives you great energy, and it's for endurance.
Yeah.
Wim's thing is endurance.
The cold is definitely, you got to warm up to it. The tap water here in Alaska comes out at 45 degrees.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, so
that's what
it
I didn't know that.
a little bit of time.
It's glacier. Is it ice? Is it like from an iceberg somewhere in the Arctic?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Our water source is from a glacier. It's awesome.
That's great.
We got to get you up here, and
You know what? I was there a couple of years ago. I absolutely loved it. Yeah, we'll talk. All right, Elaine, Happy New Year to you. I got to motivate. I got some calls here I want to get to. And thank you so much for contributing. I appreciate it. Have a great day. And a great year. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, let's go to Bill in Minnesota. Good morning, Bill. Welcome to the Bright Side.
Yeah, hi, Ben. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well.
Thank you. My call is about my wife, and she's a skin cancer patient, and she's had like all 3 of the basal, the squamous, the melanomas. She sees an esthetician. And
she sees an esthetician?
Yeah, and they gave her a product for sunscreen, of course, the sun protection that has all these, these 4 different sunscreen chemicals in it, and some of them are...
Isn't that great? You got more chemicals on your skin. Research. Does that sound smart to you as a layperson? Does that sound good, like a good idea to put more chemicals on your skin?
No,
of course not.
Absolutely not.
Of course not. I love my esthetician friends. I love my esthetician friends, but here's the thing. Skin cancer is not about the skin. It's about cancer. Lung cancer is not about the skin. It's about the lung. Pancreatic cancer is not about cancer. It's about the pancreas, and that's how we want to look at it. It's about the organ. Specifically, it's about the cells. I'm sorry. It's not about the organ. It's about the cells. Okay? We don't want to think about it like an organ situation. We want to think about it like a cell situation. The cell is freaked out. The last thing you want to do is put more chemicals on there. So what you got to do with skin cancer is treat it like ordinary cancer. It's a skin cell that's at its wit's end, so it starts to divide. We talked about this before. So here's what you do. Treat it internally. As far as the sun protection, internally, yes. Cancer only happens when the body is when the cells are freaked out. They're either starving, or they're suffocating, or they're toxic. Those are the only 3 things that happen to a cell: starvation, suffocation, toxification. At that point, when they've been toxic or starved or suffocated for long enough, they sometimes switch over. And it's a little more complicated than that, but that's the basic idea. So you do all the things internally, topically for the sun, because the sun is very stimulating, and you don't want to stimulate a stressed out system. So that's the problem with the sun. But you need the sun. So you need a little bit of sun, and you don't want to put more chemicals on your skin. Use zinc oxide. You've heard of that?
And we've made our own sunscreen.
Make your own.
Our granddaughter.
Good idea.
Yeah, we've done it, the non-nano stuff. And
there you go. You can do it yourself, or you can buy zinc oxide paste. It makes you a little white, but it doesn't really matter if you're dealing with skin.
Esthetician, I questioned her, and she said these chemicals, they are formulated so they don't absorb into the skin.
Well,
and get
listen,
into your bloodstream.
I love my estheticians. Listen, Bill, I don't
understand it.
Well, listen, she's an esthetician. She means well. And I love estheticians. She means well. I don't want to say, I don't want to, I love estheticians, so I can't really badmouth them. They're my friends, and they do good work. But just use your common sense on that, okay?
Right.
Use your own logic. You're a smart guy. Go ahead.
Yeah, my wife doesn't want to burn, so we'll do the zinc oxide.
Zinc oxide. And here's another thing, and everybody listening, I want everybody to hear this. If you use eye vitamins, you probably heard me say this before, if you use eye vitamins, it will keep you from burning. N-acetylcysteine, zinc, this is all internally. NAC, zinc, vitamin C, vitamin E, the amino acid taurine, carotenoids like astaxanthin and zeaxanthin, eating pigmented vegetables. Always mix your pigmented vegetables with a little fats, a little oil to help pull out these skin protecting nutrients. Anything that protects your eyes from the sun will also protect your skin from burning. All right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, good advice. Thanks, Ben.
There you go, my friend. All right, have a beautiful day. God bless you and your wife.
Thank you.
I hope everything works out. All right, last call of the day. Deborah, you get the last word. What's up? Deborah in Kentucky.
Ben, it's wonderful to hear you. I haven't been on for a while.
Well, nice to hear you.
I want to jump quick because of the time.
Okay.
I haven't taken an antibiotic for decades.
Okay.
And I did recently because of wanting to be sure that I was getting to any complex of infections in my whole system because I'm going to have major surgery and have all my teeth removed.
Okay.
They're bad. I'm not just jumping to it, without years of realizing that it just needs to be done to improve my overall health.
Okay.
So it was a Moxiclave, 500 milligrams, and I was humming along doing just fine until the 8th day, and I went into what you described earlier in today's program is a major histamine reaction from head to toe, body on absolute fire, and whelps all
That's a penicillin allergy. It could have been. Amoxiclave is an old-time drug that's a enhanced version of what's called amoxicillin. And you probably heard of that. Amoxicillin was for many, many years the go-to antibiotic for people who had colds and respiratory problems. Then they beefed it up. Used to call it Augment. They still call it Augmentin. They threw in something in the amoxicillin to make it even stronger. And that's why it's called Amoxiclave. Amoxicillin and the stuff called clavulanic acid. It's not unusual. Your reaction's not unusual. So you just got to ride it out. However,
but my question is, will you explain to me what, from your professional, what happened? Was
you had an allergic? It sounds. I can't say for sure, but it sounds to me like you had an allergic reaction. People are allergic to penicillin. It's very, very common. It's not unheard of. It can be fatal. It's not in your case.
I didn't know if it was a reaction or if it was just kicking up and major load in my.
It sounds like a penicillin allergy, and definitely tell your doctor about it. And from now on, whenever you go to see a physician or you go into surgery, you should always tell me, it sounds like you have a penicillin allergy. Deborah, I'm out of time. My dear, if you like
Ben. I had no idea it was penicillin.
It's penicillin, yes.
Okay.
All right, my dear, have a beautiful day, and thanks to everybody for listening. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Check out our websites, truthtreatments.com for Truth Skin Health products and criticalhealthnews.com, pharmacistben.com, and brightsideben.com for the longevity products, and Truth Nourishment for our health products. Have a beautiful day. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.